Today we're going to be talking about setting up our still life and making a thumbnail sketch. So today I'd like you to practice setting up your still life in two different ways. So for instance, I might try to set it up this way. Notice I've thought about some compositional tips. There are some elements going off of my page. So anything that's in the border I will not draw. There are some elements overlapping here and here. There's some space around things, so things aren't kissing. Kissing is when an object is just right up against another one. It can create some awkward tension. There are a variety of shapes and sizes, so there's some smaller elements and some larger elements. And I've used my entire page, so as you can see, there's something in every single square. So please remember that you should be having something in every single square. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items on my page. I would aim for that, but if your items are all on the larger side, you might end up using less. So today what we're going to be doing is creating a thumbnail sketch. So on a blank piece of paper, you are going to draw out a 4 by 4 inch square. And then inside of those, you're going to make 2-inch boxes. This is a quick little sketch for you to work out the placement of your objects. I'm happy with this. Before you do this and start sketching here, I want you to try out a couple different configurations and take a picture. You will upload the picture to the assignment on Google Classroom of 2 different compositional arrangements before you decide on your final one. All right, and then you are going to go in and start figuring out where your objects are. So each one of these squares represents the square of your board. As you are figuring out where things go, you might look at your piece and say, how much space does this fish take up? As you can see, it goes right through the halfway point, right? So it takes up a majority of this space up top. So I know here that I can place a line here and a line here. So I'm kind of eyeballing it. And then I'm trying to draw the circular part here. So I just really want you to kind of focus on an outline drawing right now. Don't worry about all the little details. So I'm kind of just doing an outline drawing of my items, or a very simple sketch of where they should go. As you can see, I have this is for making tea, my spoon here, my paintbrush. I'm paying attention to the fact that this goes right through the middle here, and we call this a quadrant. It's coming into the corner of this quadrant. Again, I'm keeping it a simple drawing. I'm doing a little bit more than outlining, but I'm not adding a lot of detail here. And then the checker is here in the corner. If I'm looking at the Christmas ornament, you can see that if you were to make a line here, it fills about a quarter of this entire square. So then I can come up here and this ornament is going to go about here. And I'm looking at the shape. To me, it's kind of a triangle moving into a circle. And then it's got like a little loop at the end. So it doesn't look quite right to me. I might have to go back and make some adjustments to that. Doing this process will help you to, again, figure out the exact placement understand your shapes a little bit more before you move on to the final paper. All right, and then I have my clothespin down here and the key. As you can see, there is a triangle formed by the clothespin and the corner of the page. So right here, this is like a right triangle. So I can even kind of draw that out. I know that this clothespin forms a triangle, as does this paintbrush, right? And so when I'm starting to draw it out, I can see that the edge of it comes just to the edge of the paper, and then it has like this little V, and then it goes off of the page, right? I definitely made it too short too. If I look at how much space is here, it's pretty small, right? So I might have this come up a little bit more. Again, not really worried about any inside detail. We're just creating sort of an outline drawing. If you want to add some inside details, you can. And then I'm going to draw the key. So just pay attention to, again, the shapes that are formed, the relationships, how much space is really taken up by those objects, and the shapes that are formed by them. So again, you can see there's like a sharp kind of angle that's formed here. And I can see that if I broke this up to halfway, the key would be in the top half of my drawing.